Hello students, today we are going to study about nutrition in animals. In the previous class, we had discussed about nutrition in plants. When we were discussing about nutrition in plants, I already told you that when we hear about the term nutrition, the first word which comes to our mind is food. We know that food is made up of different kinds of nutrients, right? They are very complex substances. Food contains carbohydrates, they contain proteins, they contain fats. We also know that animals are heterotrophic organisms, including humans. Do you remember what are heterotrophs? Heterotrophic organisms cannot manufacture their own food. We take food from other sources, such as plants or animals. These foods need to be broken down into simpler substances so that they can be easily absorbed by our body. Let us learn nutrition in animals in details. As we can see over here, the food is made up of complex substances such as the carbohydrates, the proteins, and the fats. These need to be broken down into simpler substances. The breakdown of the food, the breaking down of these complex substances present in the food into simpler substances is called digestion. And this is accomplished by the digestive system which is present in our human body. This is the digestive system. The digestive system consists of the buccal cavity, the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the anus. The digestion of food involves mainly two processes. Over here we can see the different types of food which we take. The digestion of food consists of two processes, the mechanical and the chemical process. The mechanical process is the breaking down of the food by the teeth. When we are chewing the food, that is the mechanical grinding which takes place. The chemical process is with the help of enzymes. The different kind of enzymes, food is broken down into small molecules. When we are chewing the food, we are taking it inside the buccal cavity. Inside our mouth, saliva is secreted by the salivary glands. The saliva breaks down the starch into simpler substances called glucose. This process of taking in food into the buccal cavity is called the ingestion. Once we have chewed the food by the mechanical process and the saliva, the enzyme saliva has acted upon it, then it moves down the esophagus or the food pipe. The food is moving down the esophagus by a wave-like movement, which is known as peristalsis. From the esophagus, the food enters into the muscular organ called the stomach. The stomach contains different kinds of enzymes where the food is churned. It contains hydrochloric acid as well as the gastric juices. Here, the food is churned and grinded, and it converts into a soft pulp called the chyme. Because the stomach contains hydrochloric acid, the inner lining of the stomach is protected by the mucous membrane. From the stomach, the food moves down to the small intestine, which is the longest organ in our body. The small intestine is around 7.5 meters long, and it is a highly coiled structure. In the small intestine, the food is mixed up with more enzymes. These enzymes come from the liver as well as the pancreas. The liver secretes the bile juice, which breaks down the fat, the lipids which is present, and the pancreatic juices breaks down the proteins and the carbohydrates. Finally, in the small intestine, after the enzymes have acted upon the food is broken down into simpler substances. The complex starch or carbohydrate breaks down into simpler substances like glucose. The proteins breaks down into simpler substances called the amino acids, and the fats breaks down into simpler substances called fatty acids and glycerol. The glucose, fatty acid, glycerol, amino acids are smaller molecules which can enter the bloodstream. Finally, in the small intestine, all these smaller molecules are absorbed from the food. These smaller molecules of amino acids, glucose, fatty acids enters into the bloodstream. This process of passing the food into the bloodstream is called absorption, because here the absorption of the nutrients is taking place. The small intestine has small finger-like projections called the villi. The villi are a very small finger-like projection and numerous, so that they increase the surface area for the absorption. The transportation of these absorbed substances via the blood vessels to the different organs of the body. Remember, each and every cell of our body requires nutrition, requires these nutrients. So these nutrients which are entering into the blood vessels, which are traveling through the bloodstream, are transported to the different organs of the body. This process is known as the assimilation, in which the transportation of the absorbed substances via the blood vessels to the different organs of the body to build complex substances such as proteins takes place. We know that proteins are the building blocks of our body. From the small intestine, the food then enters into the large intestine, where the absorption of water molecule takes place. Remember, the absorption of water molecule is very important so that we do not get dehydrated. Now, the undesired waste product enters into the final part of the alimentary canal, which is the rectum, and it is passed out from the body through the anus. This process, in which the elimination of undigested food takes place outside the body, is known as the digestion. This is how digestion takes place inside the human body. But what about animals? The cows, we will see that cows are constantly chewing. The reason is the cows, they store their food into an organ called rumen. They directly swallow the partially digested grass and store it into the rumen. Later on, from the rumen, the food, the soft pulp, again comes to their mouth, where the cow again chews the food. This process is known as the rumination. The rumination, these are animals which have the rumen and which brings down the partially digested food back to their mouth and again chew it, forming a cud. This entire process is called the rumination. Have you ever wondered that what will happen to the organisms which are unicellular, which are made up of only a single cell? So long we were talking about humans or animals like cows, which are multicellular. Let's talk about a unicellular organism called amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism which do not have any fixed shape. We can frequently find amoeba in water bodies. If we can see an amoeba, it is a single-celled microorganism. They consist only of a cell membrane and a nucleus. They also consist of numerous vacuoles. Whenever a food particle comes near the amoeba has several finger-like projections called pseudopodia or the false feet. They will move their pseudopodia and engulf the food, forming a food vacuole, and take it inside its body, inside the cell, where the enzymes digest the food, and then the undigested or unwanted food particles are ejected from the body. This is how unicellular organisms like amoeba carry out the digestion. That's all about the digestive system in animals.